In this video, I'm gonna do another level up design. This is where I take a design like this one right here and make it just a little bit better. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juna with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts since 2005, and my channel is all about helping you to learn how to design and sell t-shirts online. If that's something you want to learn how to do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So in this video, I'm doing it again. I'm doing another level up designs. A lot of you have said in the comments that you love these tutorials, these videos that I take a design, just a basic design, and try and level it up and make it just a little bit better to get some sales. So in this video, I'm doing a Thanksgiving theme design. I know Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and this one probably won't sell for Thanksgiving because it's too late. And I did that on purpose just so you don't do a copycat version of this. I want you to do your own version for the next holiday or something else in the future, maybe a next hobby or something like that. So think about that when you're looking at this video. Don't think about, oh, this is a Thanksgiving design. Use the principles in this tutorial to do your own design for something else. So I'm going to do all of this in Affinity Designer, and hopefully you can learn some tips and tricks in there as well to do another design for this. So let's get started right away. I'm going to open up Affinity Designer and show you what the design is and how I'm going to make it better. All right, so here we are in Affinity Designer. I got this thing that I made, this design Thanksgiving agenda. You can see I'm using a pretty cool font. This font is Spood Brush Sans. So you can see right here, it's a sans serif font. Kind of looks handwritten, or it has that texture on it. And then I'm using some Thanksgiving colors, right? You got this brown, green, orange kind of thing. And then I got some graphics here. It's okay. I think there's some good things about this. You know, it's real easy to read. We got some iconography, or we've got some silhouettes here, and we got some colors to make it stand out. I'm gonna try and make it just a little bit better. Hopefully it's better. We'll see. You let me know at the end. So I'm gonna zoom out here just a little bit. And one of the things that I want to change first is this Thanksgiving agenda words. They're okay. It's a sans serif font, but I think what would stand out is a script font. A lot of these for Thanksgiving, you know, thankful, grateful, all those, you might have seen all of those are in like a handwritten font, a script font. So I'm going to change that to this just because it gives the feeling of fall. It gives the feeling of Thanksgiving. So I'm going to change this. Spood Brush also makes a script. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to look at my favorites. And there we go. Spood Brush Bold. And just going to do that, make it fit in. Yeah, that's feeling a lot better to me. I don't know, what do you guys think this is? Right there. One of the things about this script font though is that there's no capital letters, and I really want a capital T right here. So one way you can do that is change this, convert this to curves, ungroup, take this out, this T out, and then maybe look for another letter or something in here that would be the place of a T. So I'm going to type in the number 1. Whoops. Make sure that it's the right color. Let's see. It's probably not even the right font. Yeah, let's go back and do this again. Spood Brush. Bold. See, 1 kind of has that look of a T. Right, so we're going to, oh, it's not the right color yet. 1 there. And then I'm going to need a thing going across there. So let's do another one. I'm going to copy, hold this and copy, and then use this. So I'm going to go to my glyphs palette and see what kinds of things are in here. And this is a good way to see, you know, what you have, what you can use. And let's see, I didn't see anything. Maybe this one? Yeah, that one works. And this could be your top of the T here, and then just stretch it out. Thanksgiving. So we're going to have to zoom in and take care of some of these problems here. So let's zoom in. And we want to change this to curves as well. So let's change that. And now I can manipulate the dots here, or the points, and just take those out. Zoom in even more. kind of looks like a T. Cool. And we're going to manipulate this one too. Convert that to curves. You know, maybe stretch this out a little bit. And then this H, we need to move some of this down just so it's like that. There we go. So there, Thanksgiving with a T. And you can move this T, that's kind of slanted there, so let's do that. Thanksgiving agenda. So now that we got Thanksgiving there, the next thing I'm going to change is this word agenda. Now, agenda is okay, and it looks like, you know, these are the things that I'm going to do today. But when I think of that, I think of a checklist, having a check mark. I think that visual is a little better. So instead of agenda, I'm going to use the word checklist. So just type in checklist. Now you don't have to do this. This is just one thought that I was going through my mind, how to make this better, right? Instead of turkeys here, I could do check marks there. And let's change this font just to make it different. I'm gonna look at what I got. Of course, you're gonna have to look at what you got. And I like this one, the foreign rough one, foreign rough one. And let's see, do it like this. Maybe turn it a little bit just to, you know, give it some visual difference here, and just fit it right there, kind of in the center. So Thanksgiving checklist. Of course, we're gonna have to make a checklist now. So let's take these turkeys out of here, and I'll show you how to make a checklist. So let's make a simple checklist. All I'm gonna do is do the rounded rectangle right here. Click on that, and hold down Shift, make sure that it's like a square. And then we're gonna do the outline of it. So come back here to the color, you know, make that clear, make this black here white. And the stroke, we can make just a little thicker. You know, you're gonna have to eyeball it. So there, that looks cool. Okay, and we're just gonna make one and then copy it for the other one. So I'm gonna zoom in here so we can see what we're doing. You notice on my font here, it has like a rounded look, just a little bit. So we're gonna take that rounded rectangle again and fill it and make sure that it kind of matches that. So we can come in here and, you know, make it just a little bit less round. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this for our check marks. So if we wanna turn this like this, and we wanna turn the other one, hold down Option and Shift and drag, and turn this other one here on its side, kind of matching like that. Let's do that, and then move this one down and this one up. Look at that. That looks like a check mark, right? And if you want to get more in here and just zoom in and make sure that it kind of touches here, we can make this like that. Boom. Right, now when we zoom out, it looks like a check mark. And you can make this as big as or as small as you want now that they're rectangles. So you can do it like that. Put it right in the middle, whatever. Checkbox. Okay, so select these now right here. I would group them just so we have the checkbox, and we can do 3 like that. Boom. Now you're seeing it's looking like a checklist. And the next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna change these right here, and I'm gonna make them into icons. I think a lot of these agendas, these checklists have words, and one way that I'm gonna stand out is to make mine pictures instead. And they're really easy to understand. Instead of having to read right away, people can look at the pictures, and I think just it gives that visual feel. It's a little bit better, and it's gonna stand out because it's different. So let's get and drawing these things. So before I draw any of these things, I want to put it in a different order, and that's because I think nap is actually last. So when you do a checklist on Thanksgiving, you're going to eat first and then watch football, I think, you know, and then take a nap, because once you're napping, that's it, right? So you're down for the count. So I'm going to do eat football nap, just to, you know, have that right progression that is going to happen on Thanksgiving. So let's do eat first. I'm going to zoom in, and for eat, I think I'll just do a drumstick. Real easy. I'm going to show you how to do it just with shapes. So we have this oval here, right? And then that's going to be the drumstick. And then we got this rectangle here. Click on your rectangle. Boom. And then we got two circles, right? So, or ovals. Let's do that. And take this right here and just kind of turn it. And then we'll do another one, Option Shift Drag, and turn it, right? And that may be too thick now. Look at that. That looks like a drumstick, right? Just shapes. Now, it may come in like this and like this, so we can adjust this right here. So click on this, hit curves, and you know, click on here. So if you hold down Control, you can manipulate both of the sides at the same time. So hold down Control and move this. You can see it's moving together. So you want it bigger on this side and thinner on the other side. Control, like that, right? And then you can move these down like this and this, just to give it a little, you know, it's always bigger on this side and thinner on this side as it gets closer to the bone. And you may want this to come in here too. Just, you don't have to, but let me show you how this makes a difference. So we just click here and then here and then kind of bring it in like that. And then we come back and do the same thing down here and click here and just kind of curve it. You see how I'm pulling the curves. Hold down Control and click on this so it doesn't move, and then you can connect the two and then make sure that they're all white. So you can see now it kind of gives the illusion that it's coming in, right? Like that. So the next thing I want to do is just maybe take a bite out of this. So let's just use circles here. So I'm going to make it black so you can see the difference. And then hold down Option and drag and make a few bites like this. And the middle bite's going to be a little bigger. There. So I'm going to knock this out. First I'm going to combine these by adding them together. And then I'm going to knock this out of the other shape right here by subtracting. And there you go. So there's your drumstick. So we don't need the word eat. We can just have the drumstick. I'm going to group all of these and put it right there. So the next thing we're going to do is a football. I actually have a tutorial on how to do a football. I'll put the link to the video up here. I'm not going to show you how to do the football in this video, but I'm going to do the football offline, and then I'm going to come back and do nap. All right, so I'm back. I did the football here offline. Like I said on that tutorial, you can watch it. It's pretty easy. It's mainly shapes again and lines. The last thing I'm going to do is nap. I think this is funny to have at the end because most people take a nap, and just having it at the end just makes the joke complete, right? This is the checklist. You know I'm going to take a nap. So let's remove the word nap, and I'm going to zoom in here just so we have it. So just like these, we're going to use the rounded rectangle. So click on rounded rectangle, put it here, make sure it's in the front. Oh, make sure it's white here so you can see it. I think the last thing I did was a black thing, so just remember. So we're going to make a bed. So let's do this first here. And maybe the other one is, you know, out here somewhere. And it's lower. And then the bottom half of the bed is like this. Real simple, guys. We're just using shapes. See that bed? Super simple. And then we need a head. So that's going to be a circle. Hold down Shift and draw a circle. Nothing hard here, right? And then we're going to do a shape. So let's do this pen tool. It's just going to be the blanket. So click on here, go up here, right across, maybe right there, and then connect it to this one. We're going to pull down like that, and then hold down Control, click, and come across. Boom. And we're kind of color that white too. And you know, if you want to get closer, just click on these and whoops. Just click on both of these and kind of bring it closer like that. And you can adjust this too, right? So maybe that's tall like this, maybe it's like that, and then adjust this to fit. You know, there. So the last thing I think to make it funny is to put Z's here to give that notion that this person is knocked out. They're Zing. So click on the text tool, type the letter Z. You might want to use a fatter one. Let's see what we got here. Next to sans, let's use that. You can use whatever font you want. So I want a nice thick one here. You know, maybe a big Z first and then little z and small z here. Something like that. Maybe just play with it. And you can make all of these bigger too if you want. Just so when you back out, there you go. Thanksgiving checklist, eating, football, and sleeping or napping right here. And you can play around with the space. So now that you have both of these, group them. Then you grab these right here and group these. Group, make sure they're in the right group. And then this last one, grab this and group. And so you got some space down here. Let's move them. There, kind of space it out. Thanksgiving checklist, eat, football, and naps. And I think this will stand out because they're icons now instead of text. Let's take a look at both of them together. So here they are together. There's a lot of things here that stick out. You notice that I didn't do color. You could do color here. Let's make sure this is all one thing. And then, you know, make this stand out with like maybe an orange, and maybe this right here is orange. Let's see. We can copy the same color. You know, make a checklist like that and stand out. All of these could do the same. Let's see. So that's one way we could have color. The reason why I don't want too many colors on here is it could work on different color t-shirts. So right now we have the black, but let's see, you know, on gray it still looks good. Let's do red. You know, it's kind of getting washed out. We maybe doing the dark red like that could do really well. So I don't want to use too many colors because it may look good on black but might not look good on the other things. So have fun with this. Let me know your thoughts on these. Again, I'm just trying to make it stand out from what's already out there, right? So if people are using text that's already out there, you can switch it up and do icons. If people are doing lots and lots of color, you can switch it up by doing less color. If people are doing lots of sans serif, then maybe throw in a script font just to give it some variety. And I think this will stand out too, just because it's a little bit different. Now, when lots of people are starting to use icons, you might want to go back to using text instead, but I think for right now, more people are doing text just because it's easier to type, right? Instead of trying to find icons that match. But you can see how easy it was to do icons in Affinity Designer with some shapes and just the pen tool. So have fun with this one. Again, don't use this for Thanksgiving because it's too late to do Thanksgiving things. Maybe do a Christmas one, maybe do a New Year's one, maybe do a Valentine's, maybe do some other hobbies, you know, watching football or something like that. So have fun with this technique. Hopefully it's really helpful for you in this. And don't forget to watch that football one because I didn't do it in here. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description. So go and make your t-shirts better and hopefully get more sales. So that is it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If this video brought you a lot of value and you learned a lot of things, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps in the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to this channel already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. So before I leave, I wanted to leave with a question of the day. And the question of the day is this: what would you put on your checklist? So I had eat, nap, watch football, maybe watch TV or something. Let me know what you do on Thanksgiving or the other holidays and what would you make on your checklist. What kind of things would you put on there to make it funny? There's lots of different ways. I only did 3 words there, but you know, there could be maybe drinking or something like that. That would be hilarious too. So leave those in the comments. Thanks again for watching. And if you want to see more videos like these on how to level up your designs, make sure to click on these right here. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.